disrupted.
America that I fought.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. So there was a fundraiser moment in California involving President Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, and talk show host Jimmy Kimmel to basically do a splurge for the Democratic Party. And it just turned from an event to a racket in a minute of a heartbeat. Just how pointless, empty, and vastly biased this fundraising opportunity was. First of all, the fact that the country is broken, the fact that they're going to beg ordinary citizens in California that are dealing with mass inflation, mass cost of living, high homelessness epidemic. Yeah, cough up another couple $100 for the Democratic Party. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, keep voting the same way and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. But here's where it just got completely, just entirely just atrocious.
So it's been almost 2 years since the largely Trump-appointed justices in the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. And
Don't hiss. Vote.
they're not booing, they're saying Roe.
There you go. There's the Barack Obama classic cue. Don't hiss. Vote. Keep on believing democracy's real. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep giving us more power, and I will do nothing. Because Barack Obama, when he was president, had every opportunity to codify Roe v. Wade. Every opportunity to do so. And what did he do? None of it. Why? Because, hey, this would be a perfect future opportunity to raise money for this. Because, hey, your abortion rights matter. As opposed to healthcare, education, infrastructure, the economy, jobs, anything like that the Democratic Party has failed you on. At least they can dangle a carrot in front of your nose and say, women, don't you care about your sexual health? And who better to discuss that than three disgusting old men?
These threats to abortion rights, to women's rights, even to birth control and IVF are not in our liberal imaginations anymore. They're very real. And these decisions, these very personal, intimate decisions are now being made by 9 unelected.
I just want to point out, did you see the laundry list that Jimmy Kimmel's reading off of? Like, look at that, how many notes he has there. I don't think that Jimmy Kimmel is that read up on politics. I mean, you've seen his show. You've seen the way that he's mocked Trump endlessly. The fact that he'll make vitriols on, disparaging people's lives. Remember when COVID happened, Jimmy Kimmel famously said that, hey, if you want a hospital bed but you're not vaccinated, well, go die on the streets. Good luck to you, Wheezy. Like, that's who Jimmy Kimmel is. I don't think he's actually done his research. Because, reading is a catastrophe. Don't want to do that since COVID. Don't want to actually read into things. So is that like a script maybe he's reading? Maybe that's the script, like the back and forth. Like, oh, if I ask this question, Biden responds with this, Obama's responds with this, and then I come back with this. Is this like rehearsing a scene, maybe? Did they take a page from the screenplay of the West Wing? Is that what's happening? Let's see more of this.
9 unelected judges, one of whom flies his flag upside down. The other one of the others drives around in a $267,000 gift on vacations. And I think we are all wondering, what can we do about this?
Elect me. Again, I'll tell you why. No, I'm not just saying. The next president is likely to have 2 new Supreme Court nominees. 2 more. He's already appointed 2 that have been very negative in terms of the rights of individuals. The idea that if he's reelected, he's going to appoint 2 more flying flags upside down is really, I really mean it.
Could this be the scariest part of all of it?
Well, I think it is one of the scariest parts of it. Look, the Supreme Court has never been as out of kilter
No, you know what the frightening part of this Jimmy Kimmel is, and Jimmy Kimmel will never understand to this, is that you're talking from the same goddamn coin. This is just the other side of the same goddamn coin. Because no matter if the Democrats choose the Supreme Court judge or the Republicans pick the Supreme Court judge, it's all corrupted. The whole Department of Justice is massively corrupted. So who gives a rat's ass if it's a Democrat judge or a Republican judge? Well, what about women's rights to choose? What about abortion? What about, the bodily autonomy? Well, you never gave a shit during COVID. That's why they don't use the pro-choice measures anymore. They now say pro-abortion, which that's a horrible stance to be on. No one's pro-abortion. That's not the point here. But also, the fact that they've used the Supreme Court and the Department of Justice to weaponize political opponents. Anyone that goes outside the establishment is a direct threat to them. So that's the scariest part about this, is the Supreme Court justice system that people think is such a vital issue. Why we have to choose Joe Biden because, oh my God, Trump has the ability to pick a judge. It's all a sham. It's all a goddamn sham. Barack Obama had every opportunity to counteract that. He never did. He never did. Why? Because it's always a perfect fundraiser opportunity, a sham to manipulate you to think of voting for the Democratic Party or to endorse them because of Supreme Court justices, because of women's rights. You know, they don't do squat in return for it. That's the scary part, that a person like Jimmy Kimmel is refusing to understand. He is in such denial. He still thinks that Joe Biden is the best alternative. He still thinks that Joe Biden is the lesser evil of things. Because, oh my God, Trump, convicted felon, had 94 counts of stormy. Oh my God, Joe Biden, save me. But that's not even getting to the most fascinating part of the evening that's really shown true colors of this, is this moment when they were trying to exit the event. And this has caused the most controversy because Joe Biden really does reveal his age. Joe Biden, in most recent times now, has really shown how much mental decline he really is in. And this is another example of it, out in public, out at a Democratic fundraising event, so that even Democratic supporters, the vote blue no matter who people, are finally witnessing the fact that, yeah, maybe this is not good for us. So watch what happens. So he's waving to the crowd. Waving the crowd. Barack Obama waving the crowd. Jimmy Kimmel standing there. Look, Joe Biden's frozen. Oh, now Barack Obama's taking his hand. Okay, come on, Joe. Let's get some ice cream. You did a good job today. Walk you off stage. Yeah, good job. Hey. Yeah. Walk you off stage. So that really did happen, folks. That really did happen. And we've seen this numerous times. Without a doubt, Joe Biden is really showing his senile ability to barely walk off stage. He needs handlers. He needs people to assist him, to direct him which direction to go. He can't fundamentally finish sentences. And this is a guy who cannot stand trial for classified documents, obtain classified documents, but apparently is well enough to get reelected to run a country. Like, we literally, truly live in this psyoptic clown world. As one person told me, it's a never-ending Twilight Zone episode that we're currently stuck in. And they enjoyed the series back in the day. They just don't want to live in it. They don't want to live in a world where everything is backwards, upside down, insanity, that you feel like the victim inside of a sane asylum. You're the only survivor. And it's just got so crazy that people retaliate against this, because the New York Post published this story. The New York Post saying Biden appears to freeze up and has been let off stage by Obama at Megabucks LA fundraiser. That actually did happen. New York Post reported that story. But people like David Hogg, who you may remember, David Hogg was one of the Parkland, Florida school shooting survivors who once retaliated against both political parties, but now seems to be deeply involved in the Democratic stance. He says, for the record, this did not happen and is a total lie. You just witnessed Barack Obama having to grab Joe Biden by the hand and pull him off stage. You saw that happening. You saw that Joe Biden was freezing up on stage, and he's in complete denial. David Hogg is in complete denial. Because when you're rooting for one team, and that's your go-to team, it's hard to comprehend that that team is also evil, malicious, crazy, a kook. And not to mention that David Hogg, to bring this to attention, David Hogg's father works with the FBI, apparently. So that could be another instance of why he's on the record of shamming a news story that you know is correct to protect Joe Biden. Here's another case of this. This is a guy by the name of Harry Sisson. And this guy is a mega Biden TikToker. This is the guy who you've seen on TikTok numerous times, endorsing Joe Biden, endorsing Democrats, blasting Trump, using the same CIA rhetoric and FBI rhetoric. That's why he's the top TikToker account going on social media, because he boosts the establishment talking points. He's lying on the behest of the establishment. Here's what he says about this. He says, MAGA is lying again. So he's not directing this to the New York Post. He's saying that in general, people, MAGA, Trump supporters, everyone's lying about this. He says the new lie is that Biden had to be led off stage by Obama and that he froze, but is completely false. Again, you just witnessed the video. We have just shown we've shown the previous video of how Prime Minister of Italy had to escort Biden. But that is completely false, according to this TikToker. This video shows what exactly happened and is not some selective edited garbage. The lies don't stop from MAGA. So he doesn't go sourcing from the New York Times. He goes to some lady by the name of Oleg Nursidrov, who's this lady here. So this is the video that the other guy was pulling from. He was pulling from this lady here, who is apparently a reporter, journalist, analyst for Washington, the UN, and NATO. So you know what kind of spin you're going to get from this. Former pro athlete and UN diplomat reporting in the United States and Ukraine. So I wonder what kind of intricate reporting this random lady who works for NATO and the UN and also reports on the behalf of the American establishment and Ukraine establishment is going to put on this. Because she says, I recorded the video exactly to confront these types of posts. Here you go. You want to see what happens in this post? So here she is recording this. There's Biden. There's him smiling. Not knowing what to do. He's completely lost. There you go. There's him going the other direction, waving. You can already tell he's already freezing up. And then wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Goes to a full shot there. There they go, walking off stage. Oh! Did you see that? They took out the end. Of course. This is the full video that they conveniently put a Biden-Harris tagline to cover up the ending of the original video. Of course, you would expect that from a UN NATO diplomat reporting for American press and Ukrainian press. Of course, there's nothing suspicious about it. Of course, everybody else that's posting about this are liars. Of course, people that actually attend the event and pointing this out are a bunch of liars. That's what this TikToker, this stooge for the Democratic Party, this 21-year-old stooge for the Democratic Party is admitting to you. Everyone's a liar except for me, because I gave you an edited version. This is just all overall embarrassing for everybody. And the more types of these videos that are appearing and the more posts that these people, it's really exposing them. It's exposing how diluted, how exploited they are, how much in denial they are about the whole, not just the Democratic Party, but the entire system as a whole. These are influenced establishment, victims of the psyops. And it really does feel like you're stuck in an insane asylum and you're the only living survivor to get out. And you're just constantly surrounded by these paranoid, freakazoid, insane psychopaths that are in complete denial of the real stuff that they're witnessing through their eyes in order to cover up for their political party. And it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Just even for themselves. Even for this guy, Harry Sisson. But he's okay with it because he's going to get money for the Democrats to push, rhetoric on TikTok. That's what he does. That's his entire business platform. And why else would he be worried about anything else? If he's making money kissing up to the establishment, kissing up to the Democratic Party, and being a complete corporate stooge that he's going to be, then I guess that he's okay and set for life. Same with this guy, David Hogg, and same with this reporter, who apparently claims she's got the full truth with edited coverage. Edited, doctored video. Got the full scoop.